Hi, welcome back to Educator.com, and today's lesson will be time signature. We will be looking at two different time signatures, 4/4 and 2/4. Those are our lesson objectives for today. There's another time signature called 3/4 that we're going to examine later, but for today we're going to stick with 4/4 and 2/4. So let's begin with 4/4. You are noticing that we have two numbers. On this slide, they are side to side. However, when we implement them into the staff, they will be like that, vertical. I'll write some big numbers over here, 4, 4. I like to make my 4s like that. Sometimes they will look like this. Okay, so we have two numbers, a top number and a bottom number. The top number is indicating, we'll write somewhere over here, how many beats are in the measure. Beats. So there are 4 beats per measure. And the bottom number is indicating what kind of note is getting the beat. We just learned about our whole notes, half notes, and quarter notes. So the 4 is a stand-in for a quarter note. This means a quarter note. This is something you're going to see a lot. Most of the time signatures in the Introduction to Music Theory classes you'll take will be 4/4, 2/4, 3/4. You could write this like this, and it would mean exactly the same thing as this. 4 quarter notes. So what that means, let's use some of our new rhythmic knowledge we just gained from our last lesson. And remember, we have whole notes, which are worth 4 counts. And we have half notes, which are worth 2 counts. And quarter notes, which are worth 1 count. So what we need to do is fill in 4 counts for every measure. We haven't learned about rests yet. We will, but for now, we're not going to have any rests. Rests are beats of silence in a measure. We're going to fill these measures up with notes, and we're going to add them up to 4. So let's begin with our whole note. Okay, as you remember from our work on the lines and spaces of the treble clef and bass clef, this is a C, this is also a C. Let's make it a little bit more interesting. We'll change these C's to half notes. Okay, 2 plus 2 equals 4. We got 4. Good. Okay, let's have a combination of quarter notes and half notes. So let's move on. We will play an F, quarter note, and a half note, and a quarter note. Complicated. 1 beat plus 1 beat is 2. 2 beats plus here's the other 2 in the half note. There's 4 beats total. Let's also use our F in the bass clef. Good. My example down here is getting in the way. I'm going to scribble this out so you're not counting it in the counting of your measures. Let's end with the same way we began. Whoops. My whole note needs to be directly in that C space. It was a little off, so I readjusted it. That's okay. If you don't get it perfect the first time, keep trying. Okay, so let's take this example to the keyboard and let's see what it sounds like. So if you're not comfortable playing your keyboard yet, that's fine. I'm going to use both hands. You can clap instead of playing keyboard, or you can play one of the notes with one hand, one of the C's, or you can play both of the notes. This, on the keyboard, this is exactly where these C's are. We're going to talk about how to find the correct place on the keyboard for every note that is in a specific spot on the staff. Basically, when you're playing this piece, middle C is between those 2 notes right there. So we need to find the C's that are above and below middle C. So let's find that again. Okay, here we go. Here's middle C. We need the C below and the C above. So if you're playing keyboard at home, these are the C's that you need. Okay, let's begin with our whole note. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Next measure, 2 half notes. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we go down to F's. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's practice that with just one hand. So we'll play the treble clef. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you notice something? I played all C's. I didn't play the F's there. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is our rhythmic combination illustrating 4/4, 4 counts in a measure.